in by the cutoff.
Cutting it close. All I see is less than a minute. Less than a
Yeah,
minute.
it doesn't
But
tell you. Does
before
it?
before we get booted.
Moo and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pink Tron. I am Brent Robinson, joined today by John Keenan. John, what are you drinking?
A simple cup of tea to recuperate from winning stupid prizes and putting stitches into my calf. So just got
Oh,
some tea.
we're gonna have to come back to that. Hang
Yeah.
on. We also have Steph at Jen. Steph, what are you drinking?
Just see Fanta Lemon.
Very good, very good. I have a Bellini Bliss Bubbly, which features flavors of peach, pineapple, and mango.
Ooh,
So
mango's the winner.
it's pretty tasty actually. I like it. I like it. Non-alcoholic, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Still healthy o'clock over here in North America. So um yeah, it's all good. Hold on. John, tell us about your calf and the dog.
Well, this is a non-bike related incident. My other sport I've mentioned a lot is rowing, and I had a lovely rowing workout with another person. And as we were going to put the boat away, I managed to mostly step off the dock, and I say mostly because my shin decided it was going to push my whole body away from the dock and just scrape down it. And I got a
Ouch.
collection of stitches along the front of my shin, and
Ugh,
I've been feeling sorry for myself for the last 5 days. So
that's fair. That's fair. Well, sorry to hear that. I hope you heal up soon.
yeah.
Speaking of other things that are like scraping your shin over in a very painful manner, this week's HSRL is Queens Highway After Party. So this is it's technically only one route. So there's not a lap or anything. But the way it works, it is in fact actually 6 laps of sorry, 5 laps with the lead in. 6 trips through the Yorkshire Sprint reverse. So you do that.
I remember racing this once, and I was confused at the after the fifth lap. I came back around again, and I thought, no, I'm not ready for this. What? It's
That was
just
the
the
lead in.
lead in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the good news is now with the like little profile thing, and because this is only one
Yeah,
whole route, not laps, it shows all 6 of
you
those
can see them.
green lines on there
Yeah.
you gotta go through.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do 5 laps 6 times through because the lead in is basically a lap for lack of better expression. I know it's not technically a full lap, but it's from the pens into the sprint. And then you do the Yorkshire KOM reverse. Um, and that's the finish at the top of the KOM. This is
Well, was the
fast.
finish at was it the finish at the top, or as I understand it, was a bit after the downhill in that?
Hmm, if it was later in
Oh,
the top, then I would no, it was at the top because I got the results and everything at the top.
okay, because I think on the sheets he said that the finish was at 21 kilometers, but that's we put it at the bottom of
Hmm.
the other side of Yorkshire KOM.
No,
Okay,
it was just at the top of the KOM.
okay.
Did she think she was going to do that for fastest through maybe to make the
Yeah,
segment?
they think she wanted probably if she wanted to do a segment on the KOM, she put it further. But I think you can do now both a finish and FTS on a segment finishing at the same time. But yeah,
Yeah, that
maybe
would
she copied it because maybe she copied it from last year because I checked if Noah did it. We did it also a year ago in HSRL, so maybe she copied it just from her post from last year or something like that.
that seems plausible. Seems plausible. Yeah, anyway, today the finish is at the top. It definitely finished at the top. So yeah, so it's 6 sprint segments. Although this is the sprint that is
Well,
kind
it's a
of
quirky sprint. You have that flat section, bit downhill, and then you have that kicker left turn with a kicker till the banner, which is quite a mean sprint.
yeah, exactly. It's tricky. You really do So especially if you're like timing it in the group, it's really tricky to time. And how to do it the fastest is really tricky to time. Um,
Because it's just scrubbing off speed the whole sprint, basically.
well, but it's downhill to start, right? Like that's the thing. Like you come in from an uphill, kind of, and where the sprint line is actually a downhill to hit the left hand turn, and then it goes back uphill.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
you kind of got to like be going a little bit hard into it to have like some speed to carry into the downhill for a bit of momentum, and then
Hmm.
like try and like stick in the wheels a little bit to time it through, and then sort of push through everyone as you come through the uphill. Is I mean, if obviously if you're like just stronger over that distance, you just beat everyone. But if you're kind of like trying to just eke out those kind of half seconds to get it, you really, I think that's the trick, is to kind of like come in late, come in hard with enough speed, come through wheels, and basically like try and get like either right on a wheel or right to the front of the wheels right when you hit the bottom, and then smash up through it.
Yeah, because you don't want to. Yeah, it's tricky because depends how how your group goes. If they go right out of the start, because it's 400 meters, and especially with that last half going up, it's tricky to time because you want your basically your best power or your your fastest speed going into the left turn and then step it on the power for that final section.
Yeah, exactly. And I was only uh okay at that. I mean, number one, I did 5 laps by myself. Um, but well, that's not fair. There was one guy with me, but he wasn't sprinting. But the other Bs, like even the first one, I went too early, too hard, and got too close to the front because I didn't think they were actually sprinting it. You never can tell sometimes, right? In HSRL, what you're getting, right? It felt like they were not sprinting it in the sprint, and then all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 guys came through me in the first, like after the downhill. And I was like, oh, okay, they were sprinting it. Okay, so
Sprinting it late, maybe? Or
yeah, I think that. Well, I think it was a combination of they were doing it late. They were doing it like I said, right? Like they were riding us through and then hitting their max power through the thing and going way faster than me up the hill and going, oh, right, this is a sprint segment. I need to go here. These other guys are all sprinting. It's time to sprint. So, um, yeah, and then it rolls around. It's very rolling. You roll back around and then you come in and do it till you get to the last lap. And then you do the climb. The climb is like there's a real steep bit at the start, right as you lead into the banner, and then it's kind of 5, 6, maybe not even, more like 5% till you hit the right hand turn, and then it goes more like 6, 7, 8% for the second half of it for kind of the last 300, 400 meters up
Yeah, I
to
think it's a bit so step-stary. It's steep section that there was a pretty flat section, like max 3-4%, and then indeed on that right hand turn it kicks up again. Yeah, it can really depend. Yeah, normal HSRL. If you have a group that knows that's just knows the rules and just contests the segment that Queens Highway section outside of the sprint should be chill. But if it's not, it can be a quite a demanding course.
yeah, I mean it's you 3 minutes in between each sprint. The whole race took what 34 minutes or something, 35
Yeah,
minutes. So
I don't know if it's the plus times, but yeah, the best Bs in your category did 34 and a half, for 34 or 30 teams.
so you're getting 5 minutes or less, give or take, between each sprint to rest and then add it again. And like I said, the sprint's like not like it's long, like it's 30 seconds, 30 seconds plus. Like I was
yeah.
40 seconds. So it's like, 6 40-second efforts and then an all out. Well, like the guy who won did a 208 on the KOM. I
Oh,
did a 244. So yeah,
It looks like it's draftable. I've got 2 PRs that are faster than a climber's gambit time, so you can definitely get a few seconds from
yeah,
drafting.
yeah. If you're in the
Yeah,
group, you
it's
can draft.
definitely yeah, like you said, Brent, at the beginning there's a steep pinch, but even its last section goes, yeah, it goes up to 6-7%. But if you're in a group, still have bodies to draft off it.
The C's were a lot closer and a lot faster. They had 6 C's that went sub 35.
I
I
don't
don't
even
know.
know.
Yeah, never mind if I look at because that was the results with the spread it time. I think
Oh, right.
no,
Okay.
it's just the fastest beat did it in 29 and a half, 29:30. So yeah,
Oh, right. Okay.
the fastest sees 2 minutes after that.
Right. Okay. That makes more sense then.
Yeah.
Good big C field today. That was good. Yeah, I don't know. A bike choice. I don't know. Probably your
As
fastest
a late
arrow.
as late as expected, and then
Yeah.
definitely not discs or something like. Probably it's gonna be that Princeton Wake, whatever number combination, the new best all round wheels.
Yeah, I have the red ones. I wore the red ones.
Yeah,
Still working on getting that last upgrade on that Pinarello so I can go for the new Pinarello bike, the Pinarello Halo bike.
Have you saved up your drops?
Not quite enough yet. I'm at
Not
7.5
quite yet.
million.
Yeah.
It's a once a week riding is a long haul to get those Halo bikes.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got a red variability index. I haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah. That's Herd Summer Racing League right there.
Yep, exactly.
Bunch.
Yeah, exactly. All right, good. Well, hope everybody gets out and does Queens Highway on HSRL. It's a classic HSRL course, really. 6
Yeah.
fastest 3 sprints and then 1 climb.
yeah, and especially like I said, so it's like you said, 3 kilometers apart, about 5 minutes. So yeah, it's proper interval workout type of thing. It's a brutal HSRL course.
Yep. All right. Herd Beginner Racing. Steph, what are they up to this week?
It's on electric loop, it seems. The cutoff is again the 205 ZRS, so there are 2 pens below that, 3 pens above it. The 205 and under do 2 laps for 18 kilometers, and the above 205 do 3 laps for 27 kilometers, and it's about 40-ish meters per lap over 9 kilometers. So basically, all the flat things is in Neokio.
Nice. Yeah, that's a flat loop. Good, but Neokio is fun. So get your fastest aero bike out, get your fastest aero wheels out, practice drafting and practice trying to win a sprint at the end.
Yeah.
Bands are all still the same as last week.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't checked it, but I assume it's still those bands.
Okay, I didn't see any updates, so I think it's the same bands. So that's good. Seems like people are still having fun doing Herd Beginner, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, and it seems, yeah, the first band is 130 ZRS difference, but we all know, but from 0 to a certain level, there aren't basically any riders. It's restarts, and the other are about 75 to 80 ZRS difference, so it's pretty tight band, all considered.
Good stuff. All right. I think that brings us to the news, which is very quiet these days. It looks like the only real thing is that there is a firmware update for Zwift Play controllers so that when your Zwift Play controllers pair, they now pair as a single device as opposed to two devices, which looks tidier for sure. And also, if you're using bridges through Connect or using Apple TV, it only uses up like one Bluetooth slot, which is
Oh yeah,
handy.
for the Apple users is indeed a good thing.
Yep. So that's kind of cool. I've got, like I said, I've got mine. I haven't done it yet. John, you did yours. It worked okay.
Yeah, it worked out great. It updated one, I don't know, the left side first or maybe the right side first, and then did the other one. And it said, do not move off of the app, do not close and go browse something else. Just keep it open and stand by. It only took a minute, so it was fine. Um,
My plays still work good. I gotta say, like I
yeah,
think they're quality build, quality, all that. So that's good.
yeah. And that update, I mean, I'm getting up in age on my laptop, so I've been thinking about replacing it, but maybe I just go Apple TV. They're like cheap. What, 150 bucks or something?
Yeah, Apple TVs are cheap, but you do get like, listen, I'm not super snobby about it, but I did go build like the little PC, or the
Right,
little, it's a
right.
big PC, but I bought like a cheap used
Desktop.
graphics card and stuff. Now, listen, that was before AI started buying up all the chips and chip prices all went bananas, cuckoos, and everything else. So maybe the economics don't work quite so good, but the graphics do look better.
Right.
They are nicer.
I
Um,
have looked at it on my wife's newer laptop and they are nicer. And I'm like, oh, do I want nicer graphics or do I want to just spend $150 and not have to move a laptop around?
yeah.
We'll see.
Well, like I said, I've got mine on like a desktop, so it just sits here next to my thing, and that's all I use it for.
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah, about more news. There's an update. They are going to introduce new quirky, well, fun type of bike with recumbent trike bike thingy for the hand cycle time of the but for the people that do work out and know that it's been a requested feature that they are now for they have a special customizable things for your HUD for workouts, and apparently they have now for a split average power cadence and heart rate for certain interval sections. Because I know people were requesting that for workouts so they can see I'm doing one of the interval blocks. I want to know what my average power is. If you're not, for instance, in ERC mode or something like that,
mm,
you want to know what your average power is for that segment, workout interval segment. So
that's a
yeah,
that's a good update. Yeah, I didn't see any pictures of this recumbent bike, but
it's
I
on. It's in the Swift update version 1.114.
Looks pretty similar to the hand cycle.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
oh, I
I
hope it
assume
isn't.
similar aerodynamics, but I don't.
I hope it isn't as long as a hand cycle because those inks are long.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. If you like to use a recumbent trike, you can now look like yourself in Zwift. Cool.
I wonder how many recumbent bikes are on a trainer. Like,
On a trainer? Oh
yeah,
man.
actual recumbent bikes. I'm wondering.
I guess like maybe if you use, I don't think there's many like that are recumbent bikes that are on a trainer, but there are
Yeah.
lots of recumbent exercise bikes. So maybe if you have like a recumbent
Right.
exercise bike in your house, then you
Right.
can, if you have one that has a power output, you can hook that up to Swift.
Or meters. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much like I don't know anything about hand cycle or recumbent bike racing at all. So if they're out there doing it, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, most of them are probably the current norm seems to be one wheel behind the rear, so that should be the same, right? You still hook up, take your wheel off, put it on a trainer.
Yeah.
Some of the old trikes had two wheels at the back.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
also, it isn't really new, but I heard of it. Bit of a combination, I think, from Eric Schlange, who does the tiny races organized by Zwift Insider. They are now doing something structured workout racing. They introduced VO2 Tuesdays from VO2 Max, and it's basically, I think, 4 or 5 mini races, and it now I think it's just a block of 4 minutes, and I think it's maybe distance based, but it's essentially of five, 4 or 5 4 minute VO2 efforts type of races with then recovery with a couple of minutes recovery in between. So it's combination of if you want to do a VO2 workout with paired with racing.
Yeah, I did do as the regular tiny races about a couple weeks ago. They were fun. Still good fun. That sounds terrible though.
Yeah, it's terrible, but yeah, if you wanna train that
Yeah.
VO2 max, but you don't want to do a classic 4 by 5 or something like that. Or workout, you want to do it in a racing environment, you can do it on a Tuesday.
hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's yeah, I think it's the courses are different from what I read, and it's but it's all mass start, no draft. So essentially, each time of 4 or 5 minutes TTT and see how far you can go. Because I think it was first based on distance and calculating around the 4 or 5 minute mark, but now they do just apparently 4 minutes or something. I don't know how they do it, but yeah.
Hmm. If you're into doing some VO2 workouts, go check those out. I mean, that is the beauty of Zwift, is that you can like mix those two things together, right? Like you could never do something like that on the road. It would be impossible to organize.
Yeah.
But in Zwift, you can do it, and it's fun, and you can get a good workout in too. Cool. All right, for round the horn, in honor of Magnus Coolset breaking the V Everesting record in a 7 hour, 6 minute V Everesting effort of doing, what is it, 9 trips up the Alp you got to do for that? 8,
9.
9? Crazy. Um, like I only did half and I was so tired I thought I was gonna die. Weirdo, what kind of tricks or things we like to use to kind of pass the time when we're doing long rides that are in our um I'm in a basement, I guess, an office. I think everybody else has a garage or a shed or something like that they do a lot of Zwift in. I know it's summertime, but sometimes once in a while, weather's bad, whatever, you gotta spend some long time sitting on the trainer and just putting in some work. What do you guys like to do to soak up some time or distract yourself or whatever?
I mean, sometimes it's not a necessity, like you say, it's either raining or here in the North American West, we have smoke season later in the year where you really don't want to be outside exercising hard. Um, but my indoor distractions are music, podcasts. I don't do the movies so much. I feel like the movies, I don't know, I just haven't been able to focus on a movie that well. I feel like the podcasts are easier to sort of abstract. And then jumping on Discord if there's something going on there is always a good way to uh, make the time go by faster.
Yeah, I definitely like when, especially a long thing, if you get some people in who can distract you, you can really not think about the pedaling part if you're trying to do just, follow
Yeah.
a pacer bot or something like that, that it's really good because you're not trying to also focus on what you're doing. I'm also a podcast guy. I use music in races. Usually I have like a race playlist that I put on for races, but yeah, for longer stuff, usually podcasts. Same. I can't. I don't know. Like if I'm watching Zwift, I watch Zwift. I don't know. I can't put a movie on. I just can't do it.
Yeah, it seems like that's a different part of my brain that would be
Yeah.
grabbed and then
Yeah, yeah, it depends if it's like a pacer bot, but I notice it that sometimes put up or like when I'm pedaling and put on if there is a real bike race like now the Giro or something like that, you put it on, but you still focus on it, like you said, on Zwift sometimes more, and your attention gets split in between, and yeah.
That's one thing. I have put on a sports game. I will say I have done that when I put on Zwift. I've put
okay.
on like a lacrosse game or something. Usually it's just because it's on when I needed to get a workout in, and it's like, okay, this is medium convenient. But um, I've never done a bike race. Is it like, and number one, I don't watch much bike racing because I'll be frank, I think it's kind of boring. Like I'm
It's long.
sorry.
It's 5 hours.
Like
A
yeah,
long.
watching like a 6 hour bike race is just like hard. And you know what it is? Is it's interesting because I remember someone talked about what made the NFL so interesting. Like, why is the NFL like one of the most watched sporting things in the whole world? It's like the inevitability of something exciting. Like, you always know, like, when the ball gets to a certain spot, like, there's some interesting play is going to happen, and you kind of like can lead up to it. So you can kind of like ignore it, watch the commercials, and then something happens. Whereas in bike racing, when the exciting thing is going to happen, it could happen at any moment, and you don't really know. A little bit like, oh, they'll tell you like, oh, the climb is coming or whatever, but like the break could happen at any weird point, or some crash and some turn, and the whole race changes, and nobody knew that was happening, and so like you can't like take your eyes off it. At the same time, you watch for hours and nothing happens. It's like triathlon. Like triathlon used to be like that too, and I watched more triathlon as you'd watch for an Olympic race only 2 hours at least, but I watched the big Ironman a few times. And you're like, so the exciting thing is just that for the next 20 minutes, this gap between this guy went from like 1 minute
Right.
to zero. That was the exciting part of the whole race, is just this guy getting like 1 meter closer every 2 minutes. That
You
was
don't
the
even
race.
have that like rush of like 80 or 100 people in the peloton like coming screaming around a
Yeah.
corner,
Yeah.
breakaway. Yeah.
So
Yeah, bike racing is a bit, yeah, it becomes a neat background thing as you put it on, and because you put it on, you can then hear if there's something happening. Yeah, because I'm not from North America, so I don't watch American football like the NFL, but there are things like 12 minutes of play in a 4 hour time span seems boring as well to me as well. If you want to watch sports, you want to watch sports, not.
Or like listen, I'm not a big football guy, but I do get that like that's why they have things like the red zone channel and stuff, because when the ball goes in the red zone, you can just go watch that game for the next 3 minutes and something exciting is going to happen.
Oh, and they bop around.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
seen this.
Whereas like if it was like a soccer match, right? You would never know when like the guy's going to send a ball in. You'd never be able to like watch what's going to happen and know this is like the exciting part that we all got to focus on, because all of a sudden it could be like a counter attack or whatever. But
Yeah.
it could just be also the next 10 minutes of like the ball goes around the top, ball goes around the top, ball goes around the top before Simmons ends his strike, and you just don't know.
Yeah, I can see the appeal if it's switching between games and just focusing on the actual plays, but I
Yeah.
must, but being must, well, maybe there's something in the entertainment, but if you're in a stadium and it takes 4 hours and there's
Oh yeah.
12 minutes of actual play, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
no, no, how
There's
interesting that is.
yeah. Yeah. Anything else you do when you're on the bike to make the time pass, or
So
like
this
make it
week
less?
I tried a banded ride for the first time in forever, probably over a year or two, just because I'm in recovery mode and I didn't know how I was going to be feeling. But I wanted to get some exercise in, and if I didn't feel it, I could sort of soft pedal it and still be with a group of people and feel like I was, on a group ride. And I think it was good distraction. It did sort of make me push a little bit, and I think it was more on the hills than anything. But it was sort of a good, I felt like it was a safety net that like, all right, I'm at least going to be with people, even if I'm not feeling it or I don't want to push hard. But then when I did let myself push a little bit harder, I was like, oh, I can make the group go faster on this banded ride if I'm up here at the front pulling everybody. So I don't know. There were some things distracting me in my head from just a standard group ride or ride with a pacer bot.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, those are especially people that come from recovery or don't have the highest watts but want to be in a group. Those bandit rides can
Yeah.
be interesting because it gives you, even if you do like normal below 1 watts per kilo, for instance, you can still be with a group of people and not feel guilty or slowing the group down because your wattage, yeah,
But I
you
think
see
there's a
the
higher density
appeal
of
to it.
dad jokes going on.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to put up with all that. The other thing I'd say is like if you're doing especially long rides, like things that you wouldn't normally do, you should do. Like change your bibs. Like I'd say like and you get up to like 2 hours, change your bib shorts is
Yeah.
like a real game changer because you get way wetter on in your basement and stuff than
No
if
matter
you
how many fans you've got, you're still sweating.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can, right? Like you can't
Yeah.
really like carry an extra bib shorts and change them when you're on the thing, but at home, whatever, you take a break, you change them, you can.
Yeah.
And make sure you have water and food is always like
Yeah.
make sure you do. That'll help. Good.
What the coffee breaks for.
That's what coffee breaks were. Exactly. Cool. Well, I think on that note, we'll say thank you to John Keenan. Thank you to Steph Chen. Thank you to everybody doing the Zwift races this weekend. Enjoy them, everybody. Moo and good night.
The Pink Tron podcast is a production of the Herd Racing League. All nonsense is our own. Thank you to Gavin Ions for the theme music. Moo and ride on.